The 11-member Montgomery County Council met to consider the largest component in the county executive, Mark Elrich's budget this past Tuesday. Get this, 70% of the entire budget was being debated and voted on in a single hour. In conclusion, as noted by online reporter Adam Pugnuko, the council members ranted, raved, and then caved. Mark, I realize that there are several new council members that may be unfamiliar with the complexities of the county budget, but even old pros like Andrew Friedson, Sid Katz, and Gabe Albernas offered nothing in the way of cuts and not a single dissenting vote. What's going on here?
Well, and remember, this is a quote unquote full-time council because, of course, how difficult the job is, they have to do this. I think the dirty secret to this is the Kirwan Commission, or the Blueprint for Education, which is driving expenditures over the next couple of years. While up to this point, we focused on the requirements at the state level for the state budget, they also include substantial requirements at the county level. And so not just in Montgomery County, but in the other counties as well, the pain is being felt of the mandate, and it is a state mandate that is driving an increase in education spending to get to the desired level for personnel costs. Today, as we tape on Friday, the key unions, SEIU and the teachers union, came out saying, don't you dare go back on that 10% tax increase. They see this as a way of funding salary increases, substantial salary increases, and are pushing very hard for that. And so those council members are frankly between a rock and a hard place. Are they going to go with what they're required to do at the state level and what the unions are pushing for them? Or are they going to have to face Cary and other Democrats in the primary who are unhappy about tax increase? And I think they're making the power calculation, if you will, don't buck the teachers union.
Well, I mean, isn't that pathetic? I mean, just last week we had proficiency, a report on proficiency since the pandemic, and the proficiency numbers were terrible.
Yeah.
They were less than 50% for 6th graders and 9th graders in math and in linguistics. I mean, you know, I don't mind paying people if they do a good job, but we're not getting our money's worth. Cary, as Pugnuko pointed out in his piece, when the council votes on something, they own it. Mark's pointing out the same thing, but why is there all this angst and no action?
I'd have to say it's three things. It's dysfunction, okay? It's theatrics, okay? And there's a little bit of just lack of experience. I mean, the realities, we saw it yesterday at the Housing and Planning Committee. You had Jawanda Friedson, Fanny Gonzalez, and man, they went after Meredith Wellington like nobody's business. You know, Meredith is the planning director for Mark Elrich, the county executive. She was trying to promote the People's Council. Guess what? You know, this council doesn't want the People's Council. Obviously, they don't seem to understand the public purpose, yet they're willing to fund, you know, their email, their propaganda machine. You know, it's already got a $2 million budget to send out emails from the council members to the constituents. They want to up that $300,000. The People's Council is a $230,000 budgetary item. Where are their priorities? Public interest or self-promotion? We got a real problem. So, like
that question, he answers himself.
You know, in the old days was franking privilege. You know, that was abused. That everybody sent their mailers out, boom, stamped with their name, franking privilege. This is just the latest, you know, 21st century scandal.
$2,300,000 they want their email budget, their media budget.
Yeah, well, you know, I was so against when Mark brought this up before, when they went from a part-time council to a full-time council, because it really, I think it divorced people from the everyday experience that other Montgomery County people are having. I know that in my law practice, I have people who are, you know, dying in their businesses. They're always being pushed. It's hard for them to collect on their invoices. this is, not a great economic environment for everybody, but be that as it may, that's the environment we're in.